Alright, fish on, guys. Hot fish. Taking me for a run. Ooh, nice fish. Sitting right in the middle of that. Oh, and there it goes. Oh. Shoot. Pink egg sac. Got crushed. Ah, shoot. Just throw another pink egg sac on there. Not a good way to start. Fish was sitting right down the gut. Right? I mean, just right in those bubbles, honestly. That was a fresh fish too. Not super fresh, but within the week. That sucks. Just tap, 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 tap. I had a buddy check this morning, and it was frozen over. You can see if I look downstream, all that ice down here. Apparently it was frozen right across, but we're here in the afternoon now. Our fish was sitting right there. Here in the afternoon now, we just got a little ice chunks to deal with, but other than that, it's wide open. So we'll see what happens. First fish, swing and a miss. 0 for 1. That's not great. All right, welcome back, everybody. It is an after work trip. Got here about 3 o'clock, and just gonna work our way down through here with egg sacs, jigs and waxworms. Heard there was 3 or 4 guys here this morning from a guy that was walking on, and he said he got nothing and they got nothing. So hopes are not high, but we'll fish hard. Know this place pretty well. We fished it a bunch. So we'll see what happens. It is after the thaw. We just had a big rainstorm. And it is pretty much midweek after that rainstorm. These creeks finally got down, and I actually heard first thing this morning this creek was completely frozen over. So see what the day brings. Run on the Riverside or float rod. Check out buffalotackle.com. Use code WillsWorld for 10% off at checkout, and an 11-gram float. And that's not dilly-dally. Let's get right into it. So here we go. Alright guys, just made our way to the next spot here. Just made our way down. I got a bad foot. I don't know what's going on. You're gonna think I'm stupid, but my girlfriend and I play pickleball of all things, but it's a lot of fun and we enjoy it. But man, I got hurt. I pulled a muscle or broke part of my toe or something playing pickleball like 3 weeks ago, and it's still acting up. So every time I try to kneel down, I get this like terrible shooting pain up my leg. It's really not great, especially when you're 22. So anyway, whatever, we're gonna fish this for a little bit, fish it with eggs, maybe try some wax worms. We'll just see what happens. So it's a good hole, it's deep. We usually can pull a couple. All right guys, fish on. It's a big fish. Big fish. Wow, this thing's just sitting here head shaking. Holy smokes. Oh, get away away from that ice. Wow, I haven't even seen this fish. This feels like a big fish. Oh, I didn't like that. That was weird. Wow, big fish. They were gonna get a look. Definitely a big fish. Oh, yeah, nice fish. Barely hooked. Big. That was like a big male. Really dark one. Oh, he's barely hooked. Barely hooked, and it's probably close to an 8 to 10 pound fish that's now running me through the hole. Dude, he's on the other side of the creek. There's my float way over there, guys. Oh my god, look at this fish. This is gonna be a tough fish to land. He's got it right in the beak. Look at this. Holy smokes, you're gonna hit the bank. This fish is smart. He's trying to get me up into these rocks. Now that he knows he's hooked. I gotta try to get down here. Holy smoke, he's up under that ice. I don't like this at all. I don't like this at all. Okay, here we go, sitting down. It's tough too because I got like 8 feet of line under my float. There he is. He's tight. Oh my god, what a beast. What a beast. Come here, buddy. Oh, we got him. Holy smokes, what a beast. Guys, look at that egg sac. Pinned him. Holy smokes, guys. I honestly, I got lucky. These fish today are just nibbling. Absolutely nibbling. Let's see if we can get them unhooked here. Good thing I had 8 pound on. Because holy smokes. Alright, here we go. Fish is unhooked. Alright, let's try to get up out of here. I got a bad foot and it's not making life very easy. Alright, got you guys set up. Got this fish reviving in the net. It's a big fish. Might not be 10, but it's close. It's a for sure 8 or 9. It's a big boy, big male on a pink egg sac. I mean, holy smokes. Yeah, he's not 10, but he's a good 8 or 9. Probably, I don't know, 26, 27 inches. I don't know. It's a great fish though. Wow, look at the colors on that fish. Let's get him back. Look at the colors on that fish. Oh, there he goes. What a beast. Holy smokes. It was probably my 3rd drift. And I legitimately think about 5 feet farther up the drift, either I missed one or that fish bit it and like turned around and then chased it down and then bit it the rest of the way. Cause like my float, which just went tap, 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 and then it stood back up and it just kept on drifting, and then it just went bloom and just drained. That was an awesome fish. Guys, 1 for 2 after work. I mean, you can't ask for much more. There was 4 guys here this morning, and I talked to the one guy and he's like, man, I got skunked. And I was like, really? Because I mean, usually this section is pretty decent. I mean, we do pretty good here. You know, getting on fish consistently. They might not bang 20 of them, but you can usually poke a couple fish. And he's like, man, I didn't even have a bite. And he's like, I could see him rolling, I could see him surfacing, and I was just like, dude, I don't know, like, that's freaking weird. And as we speak, I just saw one roll, actually. And I was like, man, that is weird. And so I put on what I know and love, and that's just a little pink egg sack under the float and just fishing slow and really trying to dissect the hole. I probably spent a little bit too much time in that first spot, but you know, I missed a fish, and usually where there's one, there's more, but what can you do? So we're gonna get set back up here, try to do it again. So here we go. All right, guys, well, let's talk about that for a minute. Holy smoke. So this creek specifically, through this section even more, has a lot of really slow, deep, dark corners, and this is one of them for sure. You know, this hole up in the top parts is 10, 12, 14 feet deep. I mean, it's crazy. But what it does is, you know, it's on, get it. Oh, do you guys see that? Oh my God, just missed one. Shoot, these fish are nibbling. I mean, bad. Like, my buddy Patrick is on another part of this creek, and he's missed a bunch today. And then I've been talking with another angler who's actually got a trip with me this spring on the lower. He's on another part of the creek, but he's in the top part of this creek, and he's actually doing pretty good, and his fish are crushing it. But that's because the water's a little warmer up there. Down where I'm at, it is probably just hovering around freezing. And oh my God, no egg sac left. Wow, guys, back-to-back casts. He's down farther on the creek, and he's totally missing them. Like, he's coming back with like a missing night crawler or a missing wax worm, and he's like, dude, it's just like the slightest little tap, tap, tap. And I am definitely having the same problem here today, or this afternoon, as he's having this afternoon. Just the slightest little, just ding, 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 ding. And you gotta count in your head, like 1, 2, 3, to make sure they got it, and then set the hook. And like, even that male you guys saw, it was hooked right in the snout. Like, I think if I was upstream of that fish, I probably would have missed it, to be honest with you guys. Got him that time. Got him. Holy smokes, guys. We missed that fish 3 times. We got him that time, though. Oh my God. This is a crazy reactive fish. A little hotter. You gotta be kidding me, guys. That's crazy. You guys watched that happen. Missed him once, popped like an egg, missed him again, ripped the egg sac off, and then got him the 3rd time. Or got her the 3rd time, I guess. Oh, geez, bad leg, bad leg. Okay, okay. All right, here we go. Coming in, coming in. Got her. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Guys, there was people here this morning that said they got skunked. I don't know. Oh, oh, oh. She wasn't coming unhooked. That third time, she had it good. Check those colors out. All right, let's throw her back in, give her a little revive. All right, guys, that was crazy. For the record, this fish is down here just reviving, taking a breather. You guys saw that. First time, popped an egg. Second time, ripped the pink egg sac off. Third time, swallowed the white egg sac. We got her. All right. Definitely not breaking records with this one, but I think it's, yeah, it's a little, okay, buddy, chill. I think it's a little male. What do we got here? Yeah, a little male. About a 20-incher. I mean, not that little, but it's a little adult fish. Let's get him back. See ya. There he goes. That's crazy. The video I had just filmed the other day at another creek, kind of the same situation happened. I was telling you guys what to expect on this part of the hole or whatever, and the freaking float went down, and the same thing just happened right there. That was crazy. So there's probably a bunch of fish in this taillet. I'll probably say that and not get another bite, but holy smokes, guys. 2 for 3 after work with about 2.5 hours to fish. That's pretty good. I think it's about 4 o'clock coming up on it, maybe 3:45, and we're doing pretty good. So what the heck, any fish after work when you're trying to rush around and do stuff, pretty good. So, but lucky enough to be able to do this. I got called in last night in the middle of the night to plow some snow, and yeah, taking the best chance we got. The boss said, hey, go have a little fun after work and get out of here. Thanks for working all night. So instead of going home and going to bed, I came to the local creek. So I'm crazy, but all right, we're gonna get back to it, try to explain what I was trying to explain right there. So let's do it. Alright guys, so back to what I was saying before that fish decided it wanted to bite. You know, the way you gotta look at this hole is up where my float is right now. You probably can't see that, but it's the way I'm looking. That's like the deepest part of the hole, and it hits the bank pretty hard right there, and kind of scours it out pretty deep. And there's a really weird back eddy over in there that fish can sit in sometimes. But this time of the year, especially with this cold water, I mean, this creek was legitimately frozen over this morning. I can see, you know, little prints from rodents and stuff like that where they've made it across the creek from the little bit of shore ice that's left over. But, you know, middle of the day, it you know, got up into the mid 30s, maybe almost touching 40. And that's all it takes. You know, that ice melts and we're back in business. But this morning it's unfishable. So, you know, the water is, I mean, it's just bone chilling. It is hovering right around 32, 33, 34 degrees maybe at the peak of the day. You know, obviously if the sun hits it, that helps things a little more, but like the sun didn't even come out today. And so these fish are beyond, tanked up. Oh, shoot. Well, we'll talk while I re-rig here. These fish are beyond lethargic. You know, this water is just absolutely bone chilling. And so you gotta really downsize your presentation. Throw stuff like night crawlers, small egg sacs, a lot of stuff like that. And you know, eventually the water gets really clear, really low, and it happens quick because the ground, you know, overnight it's freezing, then it's thawing and stuff like that. And so, you know, something like a marabou jig, now I love them. And do fish crush them in the winter? Most definitely. But sometimes it is not the right bait to throw. There are definitely days where I have absolutely hammered on jigs in the dead of winter with slush in the holes, but it is few and far between. And so most days when it's like this, I'm downsizing. I'm putting a little jig and wax worm on, putting a little single egg sac on, just to try to keep it simple and keep them honest. And it seems like it's paying off today, because the one guy specifically said he threw jigs all day, and he's like, I fished this place for a long time, and I believed him. He definitely had some experience under his belt, but you know, maybe a crucial mistake of not changing his bait, maybe over to a bead or egg sacs. Maybe he didn't have, you know, maybe he didn't have the option. Might have cost him his day of landing any fish or getting any bites. So it's tough to say. Another thing could be, you know, just the time of the day. This morning, obviously the creek was frozen, so it's 32 degrees. You know, you might hit that afternoon bite window, the warmest part of the day. Maybe the sun pops out and those fish are like, this is my chance. And, you know, they got to grab something to eat, whether it be bugs or some eggs from a fish or worms coming out of the bottom. Stuff like that. And a lot of times, that's when they kind of get stupid and you can trick them. You know, because they're kind of like, oh, shoot, I gotta eat, you know? And they make that mistake of grabbing onto an egg sac or something. All right, peach egg sac going out. Here we go. I'm gonna do one more cast up here through the kind of the deepest part of the trench, and then I'm gonna shallow up and we're gonna try to float some down through that little bit shallower tail out. And then I think we'll kind of look at the clock and maybe we'll head down there and fish kind of a deeper, faster corner. Well, much faster actually. So see what happens. But man, 2 for 2 out of this hole. That's pretty good. I am more than happy with that. Got about, I don't know, 40 minutes left to fish. I can feel that temperature dropping. When I first got here, you know, the snow was real wet. Hands weren't cold. Now the snow's kind of starting to freeze up almost. And the hands are a little chilly and the wind is really ripping. So, see what we can do. Pretty much right there is where that male was sitting. I mean, it was ridiculous. I pulled up and he just started head shaking. Big fish. Oh! All right, another. Guys, shredded. Let's throw a fresh sack on there. Let's try a white. Seems like there might be a couple fish sitting on that far side. They are biting so light, it's ridiculous. All right, let's see what we can do right here. You can see I'm just on the other side of those bubbles, and I'm just keeping up with my float, just ever so slightly. Give it a little mend. Now I'm just gonna let it fish. Gotta go a little deeper. Force feed them. Give them a little force feeding. Especially when it's this cold, guys. You want to get as close to their mouths as you can possibly get your bait. The less effort that they have to put in, the more willing they're going to be to open their mouth and chomp. I'll get this fish to go at some point, whether it be on an egg sac or a jig or a wax worm. I prefer it be an egg sac. I love fishing egg sacs. You can see I deepened up a little bit and I'm still not dragging the bottom. So like that fish came up off the bottom just a little bit to come and whack that and then went back down. Well, I've made quite a few drifts kind of down, oh geez, kind of down where I caught those couple and then missed that one. And so I shallowed up a little bit. Looks like I need to shallow up a little bit more. It's still deep down through there, but just not as deep. And we're still talking probably close to 5 feet of water. Kind of figuring out as we speak, but the other fish we caught right here, so we're gonna see if there's any backed up down here. Sometimes there is, sometimes there isn't. It seems like kind of a hit or miss section down here, but have had some definite good fish come out of this bottom section, so we'll see. It's also tough to say, like this could be all of a sudden deeper. You know, a lot of times when you got a ton of ice coming down these creeks, you know, and especially with how this winter went, I mean, some of these holes probably had 10, 12, 14 inches of ice sitting on them. You know, and that gets 1,000 CFS going behind it. That really rips some stuff out of the ground. And so it'll fill in some holes, carve out other ones, move rocks around, move trees around, maybe drop new trees in the water. it's really tough to say what happened. So, you know, after a good thaw and a big blowout, you definitely got to fish. You know, don't walk past water that you're like, oh, in the fall that water sucked, it was a foot deep. You know, definitely don't overlook it. On some of the bigger creeks, I mean, I've seen complete corners of the creek just disappear. It'll blow a freaking hole right through it. And it's like you can't even recognize it. It's absolutely crazy. Let's try one over there. Sometimes they like sitting on that far side over there and hiding. And then I think, I don't know what it'll think. If there's nothing down there, maybe give it a few more up here. After we gave them a little break. And then maybe check the clock and run down to that corner and try that for a couple of drifts. And that's probably it. I'm really not liking this tail out. It's kind of goofy. Maybe we'll just focus up here. Maybe we'll put on a jig and a wax worm. And ooh, that wind can stop anytime. All right, that's guys, making it cold. Here we go. Time to pull out the box of goodies. Broke off another section of leader there on a tree branch, I think. Let's get a new section rigged up. Hands are starting to get cold. Temp is definitely dropping quickly. I would say we have lost the warmest part of the day for sure. But we're gonna keep trying here for a little bit. Is it too early to say it's starting to feel like spring? I don't know. I think it depends on who you talk to. Alright, here we go. Box of goodies. And we are looking... oh, what color, what color, what color? Seems like pink has been doing good recently in the egg sac color. So, let's try a pink. Alright, I changed my mind. We're going with purple. Hands are too cold. For some reason, that jig head, these guys are usually really good about getting the paint out of the eyelet there to tie the line on, but for some reason that one got missed. And I don't feel like driving that hook into my freezing cold fingers right now. Alright, apologies guys. Camera died on me right there. It had 27% left and all of a sudden it shut off. So, let me kind of start over here. So 1/16 ounce jamming jig, and they gotta have a 2X hook. That is the most crucial part. And then we're gonna take out of this pocket over here some wax worms. They don't gotta be anything special. Ideally we like the real fat ones. Those look pretty good. I think we're gonna put 4 on. Some guys put 3, some guys put 2, some guys put 5. I mean, it's really what you prefer. Oh, jeez. And I just dumped half that container in my pocket. Alright, well, let's get some wax worms out of my pocket, I guess. Oh, jeez. Some of them are good looking, too. That one's not. Oh, jeez. So let's take this jamming jig here. These are definitely not the greatest looking mealworms or wax worms. But they will fish. There you go. I mean, it's nothing pretty, but to a steelhead, they're like, oh yeah. You can actually see the creek's starting to try to slush a little bit again. It's starting to make some weird ice chunks. So tonight it'll probably freeze right back across. And you have to wait till the middle of the day. I think tomorrow, though, it's not even going to get above freezing, so it might not even fish tomorrow. But it will on Friday for sure, and then got him. Fish on, fish on, fish on. Oh, nice fish. Guys, it didn't even jig it. I wonder if this is that male. What I do know is he's trying to get me all up in this tree branch right here. No, honestly, it might be that same male. I can't really tell, to be honest with you guys. Oh, almost just fell in the creek. I find it hard to believe that he's that dumb, but maybe. We did catch him on 2 totally different presentations. But all you gotta do, guys, just downsize maybe a little bit, change a little presentation, and voila. No, it is not the same fish. Definitely a new fish. This one's a little brighter than that male. Oh God, man down, man down. Okay, all right, here we go. Like a really convenient rock right there, and I'm like kneeling on it. Decided to move, of course. Get out of that tree. It's uncalled for. Just gonna play them out, guys. Hope you guys see a little bit. It's a little tough because I'm sitting Indian style, kind of crisscross applesauce. Oh, there we go. All right. And so the nice thing with these 2X hooks on these jamming jigs, you really don't have to worry about bending them out. Come here, buddy. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. All right, swing or miss. Swing and a miss. We'll get him this time, or get her. I think it might be a female, real dark female at that. Wow, they use all that current to their advantage. Here we go. Swing her out of that current. Oh, dude. Not lucky. Honestly, this might be the same fish. I can't tell. It looks pretty similar. It's got the same, dark colors to it, but I don't know. Okay, come here. No, it's not, because it's not nearly as big, to be honest with you guys. This is probably, I don't know, 5-6 pounder. That other one was definitely 8 or 9 pound range. It sure is kicking my butt though. Oh, it's because it's all wrapped in the hoop. In the hoop. Yeah, that is not the same fish, I don't think. Let's see if we can see that jamming jig in there. Come here, buddy. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, all right, chill. I was just saying how you were behaving. as you guys can see. Jam and jig. Crushed it. We'll have to look back at the footage. I'm really not sure if this is the same fish. I don't think it is. It's very similar. I don't think it's nearly as big. I think it's, you know, 3 inches shorter than the last one, but a very, very similar fish. So 3 for 4, we'll show it off real quick. Yeah, it's definitely not the same fish, but very, very similar and very cool. All right. All right, send them back. Come on, buddy. There he goes. All right, guys, got that fish released. That was really, really challenging. That fish totally destroyed that jig. I mean, it totally like twisted it into the nose of it. I couldn't get it unhooked. I ended up having to cut the line, get my rod out of there, and then like just take the pliers and just reef on it, unfortunately. I mean, it did no damage. It wasn't like it was back the back of the mouth. It's just right in the beak, but it freaking drove it home. What the heck? But holy smokes, guys, 3 for 4 on the afternoon. That was awesome. That fish was right at my feet. I'm pretty sure you guys saw that happen. I think we were recording. I can't even keep track of what happened now, but purple jam and jig, 1/32 ounce, or 1/16 ounce, I'm sorry. And you got to make sure you got that 2X hook because they fight hard, you know. So, all right, let's get back out there. All right, guys, that was pretty awesome. I mean, holy smokes. 3 for 4 on the afternoon. I'm gonna give it probably another 5 minutes or so. Just give it a couple drifts down through here and then get out of here. But that was pretty awesome. You know, show them something different. You know, it's not like most times there's 20 fish in a hole. Most times I would say, you know, on an Erie Creek like we are today, it's 4 to 10. Sometimes less, sometimes more, obviously, but I'd say average is 4 to 10. And so when you can show them something a little different and whack one, you know, that you've probably put an egg sac by 20 times or 30 times, that's pretty cool. So, but yeah, wax worm and a little jam and jig can definitely be killer. And I didn't even have time to like jig that. Usually you kind of pop them and twitch them along as it kind of goes down the creek, but I honestly didn't even have a second. The float stood up and it went right back down, and I was like, oh, okay, I was let the hook on that, I guess, and it was on. So pretty freaking cool. No dime bright fish. I mean, no hot ones. Definitely all fish that have either been in here for about a week or have definitely held over, which is good to see, though. Good to see that there's a healthy population of fish. It just tells you that this spring should be dynamite, because we're gonna have a mix of holdover fish and fresh fish coming into the creek. And so there's gonna be a lot of fish in here this spring, which is really great. Hopefully get a lot of people on some great fish. Fish on, fish on. Oh boy. Oh boy. Guys, I was literally filming the outro. Or I turned the camera on to film the outro and this thing hammered it. That was ridiculous. Let's see if I can land him. This is another absolute tank of a steelhead. This water is ice cold and it's taking line. Wow, what a tank. It's got me all wrapped up. Oh, there it goes. You can see it just came unwrapped and now he's got a whole bunch of energy. Let's get this net ready, I guess. Oh, that might be the one that we caught earlier, actually. I don't know though, it kind of doesn't look like it now. That might just be another bruiser. Come here, bud. I don't think it is. No, it's definitely not. Holy smokes, how many fish are sitting in there? Wow, 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 wow. Alright, this is the last fish. You could see that little jamming jig down in there. Right there. Let's see if we can get that hook out real quick. Alright, hook's out. Just try to get him out of the net. Okay. Let that guy revive. Guys, I've seen it a couple times now. Little jamming jig. Crushed it. And that's definitely a different fish. We are 5 for 6 after work. Alright. We're going to let this fish revive. And then we'll show him off. He's feisty down there. Holy smokes, bud. Wow, there's fish. That's what's going on. There's fish. So there's a hole down on this next corner, and for the record again, this fish is fully in the water, just hanging out. There's a corner down here that a lot of fish try to spawn in, and I think what's happening is today, since it got up to about 40 degrees, these fish tried to spawn or tried to get ready, kind of act like it, you know, and they'll back up into the backs of these pools, and a lot of times they'll give themselves away because they're chasing each other, and that makes sense why we're catching so many males right now. I think we've only seen one hen, and I think it was the one that I lost, I think. But what's probably happening is there's a couple females way down there in that tail out in like 2 feet of water probably, and all these males are hanging up here because they know it's not time yet. But the females are down there trying to make it red, and the males are up here just chasing each other around. That's why we're kind of seeing them dart around and splash, and I just watched a big fish roll way down there. So all right, let's show this fish off. Another very high quality steelhead. That is borderline purple haze right there, as Nate would say from the Salmon River. Check out that mouth. Wow, that's awesome. All right, going back. See ya, buddy. Holy smokes. And to think I almost didn't come out this afternoon. I was texting Dad, I'm like, man, I'm tired. I got called in about 1:45 this morning, you know, to work a plow shift, and you know, they let us out a little early, you know, basically to go home and go to bed. And I was just like, I gotta go fish. And so Dad's like, if you don't go, you're gonna regret it. And I'm happy I went. 5 for 6, baby. Holy smokes. So spring steelhead, that's why we love it. And there's obviously a lot of fish in this creek. So I'm gonna get packed up. I gotta get home. I gotta get showered. Gotta get the pickleball this afternoon. So we're gonna go have some fun and wait for the weekend. Looks like we got a 40-degree Saturday and then 22 on Sunday. I don't know about that. We might just watch that from inside. But I appreciate you guys for tuning into this video. Looking forward to this spring. We got a whole bunch of trips with some clients. We're really looking forward to meeting a bunch of you guys, fishing with a bunch of you guys, showing you the ropes, showing you how to do it. We got a lot of trips in the Niagara River coming up, and we are excited. The river is loaded. And so then after that, May 1, here we come walleyes. Got a new boat to set up, new to us, not brand new, but a new boat to set up for some walleye trolling and walleye jigging, and we're more than thrilled. So I appreciate all you guys that have been on this journey for a couple of years now. We're coming up on the 3rd year of doing YouTube, and we're grateful for every single one of you. And yeah, hopefully we'll see you on the water. Always stop and say hi. So all right, that's gonna do it for today. So thanks for watching. See ya. Oh boy. Come on.